What it do, babies? So, I have another video. Today is my birthday. Well, when you are seeing this, but today is my birthday. I'm turning 23. I'm not afraid to say I ain't too, but for my 23rd birthday, I was thinking that I am going to reminisce, and because I've never done this before, so I'm currently in lockdown, can't really go out to explore and enjoy my birthday. So I thought what would be really cool is for me to like reminisce, see how far I've come, the things that I've learned. And I did put up a poll on my Instagram asking what everybody would like between 23 questions and 23 lessons or things that I've learned along the way in becoming 23 years old. And the votes went towards 23 lessons, so that's what we're gonna do. I hope that you stay. I hope that you enjoy this video and that you don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share so that we can get more people on our family and be part of the baby squad. I don't know if that's gonna stick, but let's go. Let's get into it. These are the 23 lessons. Some I actually got from my mom, because I had forgotten some of the things that she taught me, but I did ask her and she reminded me. So these are 23 things that I think are very, very important and that I wish I had learned earlier on in my life, but I learned them now. So yeah, let's go. Number one is always own race, own pace. Don't try to compete with the person next to you. Put on blinders, be like a horse. Just face forward, because you don't need that added pressure and you don't need to feel like you aren't doing enough. Number two, you have to crawl before you can walk. I say this to all my friends all the time when we have problems. You have to also, it's the same thing as saying, when the problem is as big as an elephant, you can only eat it a piece at a time. You can't put the whole elephant in your mouth. Number three, ask, because the worst thing that someone could ever say to you is no. And if you prepare for that, then it really doesn't hurt as bad. I know rejection sucks, but you have to go through it eventually. Number five, self-love is the best love. Anybody that knows me knows that I've said this so many times. Self-love is the best love. That's the only way I can say it. Like, I can't even explain it because that's exactly what I mean. Self-love is the best love. Number six, mind over matter, because if you win your mind, then everything else will follow. And also it's that thing of those who mind won't matter and those who matter won't mind. Number seven, Bophelo Ke ntwa. Like, boy, you need to fight for everything. You need to get that spirit now so that when it's time to fight, you stay ready. Number eight, some things or people will come into your life for a reason or a season, and they are not always there to stay. Remember that you need to let go. I think that's self-explanatory. Number nine, find what makes you smile even on the worst days and stick with it, because life is way too short to stay unhappy. Number 10, please and thank you will make your life so much easier. Basic manners. Number 11, greet everybody when you walk into a room. You never know who you're going to need later. Number 12, not everything is as black and white as we'd like it. Make some room for a gray area. Number 13, time is an asset. Don't waste anybody's time and don't let anybody waste your time. Number 14, you don't always have to talk. Sometimes just listen. Number 15 truly is a fave, because baby, I live by this. If you keep your own name in your mouth, you won't have the time to have anybody else's in your mouth. So basically, just like think about yourself, talk about yourself. That way, you won't have time to be gossiping about other people and finding out and thinking about other people. It works. Trust me. Always remember your why you started, why you're carrying on, why you made it this far, why you're going to keep going, because sometimes you forget and you need to just remind yourself just as to why you are still doing this. Number 17 is learn how to deal with rejection early. So I have a little story about this one. It's not really, it's just a sentence. In matric, was actually the first time that I experienced rejection. And I feel like that was late for me because like it was in matric in the time where my life had to start taking shape. And that was the first time I ever had to deal with being rejected per se, like for a, not that I'd never been rejected before, but this was like a really big, huge rejection. So it took a long time and it was the toughest time I had to go through, but like learn how to deal with rejection because it comes a lot the older you get, and it becomes it becomes bigger and it becomes for more important things as you get older. So learn how to deal with rejection early, learn how to fall, dust yourself off and keep it moving. And I actually have a favorite quote that says, if you fall, make sure to land on your back, because if you can look up, then you can get up. And I think like that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Keep your 18, delay is not denial. And I think everybody knows this, and everybody knows that you sometimes just because it's been pushed back doesn't necessarily mean that it's not gonna come. Just trust the process and you should be fine. Number 19, I can't stress this enough. I can't stress this enough. Enjoy your young adult years or teenage years. Because life comes at you fast. Don't try to be too grown too early. Don't like rid yourself of the earlier times in your life. Be young as long as you can and as long as life allows you to, because when it is time to grow up and to be an adult, it's not gonna be a good time. Okay. Love yourself wholeheartedly, and I promise that love will find you. This is something I really had to learn when I was actually like 21, 22, because, no, 20. Okay, whatever. Because for a long time, and when I say love will find you, I don't necessarily mean a romantic relationship, but in my story, it was a romantic relationship. I feel like when we're young, we try so hard to fall in love, have the romantic ending, be the princess of the story. And sometimes you're missing the fundamental point of it, which is that you just need to love yourself. Like literally, if you love yourself, the person who's going to come and try to love you will see it as an example of how you love yourself. And it'll be so much easier to know what to accept and what to let go. And you'll save yourself a lot of kissing the frog, as I would say. Yeah, it actually works out so much easier. So just love yourself for as long as you can, and love will find you. It really will. So number 21 has a funny story. I was watching this movie called Den of Thieves. So in the movie, there's this guy who's a bartender, and he basically just listens to people when they come to the bar, and they tell stories and they talk about work and where they work and their families and things like that. And in the end, he ends up committing a really big crime, and it goes off really well without a hitch, because he knew all this information, because people go to the bar and speak about things that they probably shouldn't be speaking about at the bar, and think that no one is hearing them, or that they're talking to their friends so no one is listening, but the bartender was always listening. And in the bar, there was a poster that was written that loose lips sink ships. So basically, all that means is like, be careful what you're saying and who you're saying it around, because that could be the downfall of you or of the organization or of whatever it is that you're working on. And I think this poster was also used in World War II for the soldiers, that they shouldn't speak about like the strategies and the things that they speak about at the camp, like outside of camp, to other people, because loose lips sink ships. That's then how I think Pearl Harbor happened. This is long. That's then how Pearl Harbor happened, that people got information from some of the soldiers and like the strategy of how the US Army was going to attack, and then they managed to attack Pearl Harbor in that way, because again, loose lips sinked ships. So yeah. Next is, oh, this is my favorite one in this whole list because I only learned it last year, and that is that wet wipes will change your life. I kid you not. I promise you, wet wipes will change your life. So I learned this. I was watching Vongai Instagram. She had like a poll, and she was talking about like wet wipes and like what you do when you go to the bathroom. Do you just use tissue? Like what do you mean? And I was like, you guys are extra. What do people mean? Like, no, you guys, like, that's expensive. We've been using tissue our whole lives. Like, we were okay. And then I bought wet wipes, and they changed my life. And I can never go back to being a girl. What a tea issue. I can't. Wet wipes will change your life, guys. Use wet wipes. It's amazing. Wow. I have nothing more to say. Use wet wipes. And for 23, I think the most important lesson, if you're gonna forget everything, the most important thing that I ever learned in my life, and that took me the longest time to learn because I'm a people pleaser and I want everybody to like me, and it really bothers me when people don't like me. And it took me forever to learn this lesson and for me to totally understand what it means and to be comfortable in it. And now I'm okay. Is that you will not be everybody's cup of tea in the same way that everybody will not be your cup of tea. And I think that's the easiest way to explain it, that you can't expect everybody to like you in the same way you won't necessarily vibe with everybody. So vibe with the people you vibe with, and if you don't vibe with anybody, that don't mean I don't like you, that don't mean they don't like you. It just means you're not their vibe, and there's no need for there to be a beef, for there to be a dislike. It can literally just be that they aren't your vibe, and stick with the people who are your vibe. You know, don't make life difficult. Don't try to be everybody's vibe, because then you're just gonna lose yourself. And yeah, those are the 23 things that I learned in my 23 years on this earth that I think are very helpful. A lot of them you guys already knew. Maybe you just needed a reminder. And I hope this reminder was loud and clear and everybody is extremely receiving. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That is the most important thing. Subscribe, because you know we're new. We're trying to see where this can go. And I would appreciate your support. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I forgot something and you would like to share it. I'll definitely be reading the comments and replying to everybody. But until the next one, hopefully next week, love and light. And I love you guys. Oh, don't forget to follow me on all my social media. I am Mpho_Bubbly on Twitter and on Instagram. And I don't really use Facebook, but I mean, I guess you could befriend me there, Mpho Mabitsela. And yeah, love you guys forever. Don't forget to share and send me a DM, you know, let's collaborate. I'm done.